Hello friends, in this video what we're going to do is we're going to be exploring, well, why is research important? I'd argue it's important because when sharing research findings, we want that research to have a positive change that benefits society and hopefully improves the quality of life of people beyond academia. In this short video I'm going to illustrate the ethnographic approach we used in our original research project to gather data about child protection practices in social work, and what social work practitioners thought about accessing these findings from the original research project using 360-degree immersive videos. And if you watch the film to the end, you'll see how the social workers think their learning experiences using immersive films will positively change their practices, which should result in better outcomes for children and families, which is, after all, a major aim for undertaking and publishing research. Before I outline how we undertook the ethnographic research that the 360-degree films are based upon, I'd love it if you find yourself enjoying this video that you give it a thumbs up, because apparently it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. So how did we carry out the ethnographic research that the 360-degree immersive films are based upon? I was really lucky to be part of a great research team, and over 2 years we explored what could help or hinder social workers from beginning, developing and sustaining relationships over time with children and families involved in child protection processes. The 2-year research project used an ethnographic methodology, and this involved 15 months of fieldwork at 2 social work child protection offices about 200 miles apart in England. We used an ethnographic approach that allowed us to immerse ourselves for long periods of time into different child protection settings, and this enabled us to generate some really rich and multi-level detailed accounts of our observations. We observed social work practices taking place between families and professionals in a variety of settings such as family homes, cars, hospitals, offices and other locations. We observed and analysed a range of intimate behaviours such as distance between actors, facial expressions, gestures, touching, laughter, crying, body language, tone, body posture, atmosphere, and all the other cues that influence the emotions generated in these encounters. We then analysed this information to explore the impact that they had on the types of relationships that occurred over time between social workers, different agency staff, children and their families. Like any other research project, once we'd gathered the data and analysed it, we produced the findings and publish those in journals to share the findings beyond academia so that they can have a positive change that benefits not only the quality of life of the people social workers work with, but also potentially wider society. I created a training package using 360-degree videos to share the findings. I've put the links to some of the videos that outline how I did this at the end of this video. So here's what some of the learners thought about using the 360-degree videos to access our research.
I think it's really forward thinking. It's something that we don't see much of in social work training, and I really do think that it'll give people that are training in the field a bit of a first-hand experience that you can't always get from role play within the academic environment.
As a visual learner, I enjoy that type of research findings like that because it does make you think differently about what you're actually taking in. Rather, when I'm just reading, I find it doesn't actually sink in with me.
360, it brings it to life, and it also links what sometimes feels like what researchers do with what practitioners do.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of feels like the two are kind of far more connected, and that's really positive.
And actually seeing the theory in practice, isn't it?
I was also interested in how the learners thought this approach could potentially change their practices following their learning experiences.
So for my social work practice, it's really made me stop and think about how focused we can be on being one-to-one with the service user. It has made me think more about environments, about the things that we don't always get a chance to see. This sort of project is giving us an opportunity to stand in and look around a room during a conversation, which in practice you rarely get to do.
It would change my practice in terms of being more aware of citizens' perceptions of me. You know, right from that first knock on the front door to leaving the premises. I think it would make me more aware of the language that I use when I'm working with citizens.
Next time I go out on a visit, when I'm introducing myself and people that I take along, because that will stick with me more so than just reading a big paragraph of text.
It gives you the opportunity to sort of think and try and be more mindful when you're going into a home. Sometimes that's not possible, especially when you go and out with someone that is kind of coming at you kind of in quite a competitive way, but it feels like it gives you that time to absorb everything and kind of take mental notes of the little things around the room.
I think it's about remembering to be respectful as well, that we're a visitor into their home, and sometimes we do perhaps present as we're the ones that have the power, and you know, we are in the service user's home and we need to be respectful and mindful of that.
You can see from this feedback that sharing rich ethnographic research messages using immersive 360-degree videos appears to be a really good way of getting research messages out of academia and into the hands of those, like social work practitioners, who can positively affect changes to individuals, families and communities in society. To find out more about how I created this project, please have a look at these videos. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.